Hey, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? I just wanted to make this quick video about ride sharing, and mainly I wanted to talk about owning a vehicle or renting a vehicle when you do ride sharing. Um, I've been doing ride sharing officially full time for 9 months. 9 months with Uber. I think it's probably 8 to 9 months with Lyft, and I've been making pretty good money, but I rent my vehicle. I rent a Prius, a 2010. And the reason I want to talk about this today is because I spent most of my morning actually not working, but taking care of, various things I need to take care of. And one of the things was getting my car looked at, as far as one of the tires was constantly running low. The warning light would come on as far as the tire pressure, and I had noticed that throughout the week that it kept going flat every time I would, not flat, but it would be really low almost every other day when I would fill it up with air. So I brought it down to the main place where I rent out of. It's a third party from Uber, and I think that personally it's well worth renting because of the miles that you put on a vehicle. I think that people, if you're looking to get into the rideshare business, I would suggest starting with the rental. I think that's a good place to start. And I think that when it comes to renting, you got to be smart with your renting. You don't want to rent from Uber or Lyft. Now let's look at, I believe Uber has a company that they work out of called Hertz. It's a pretty big nationwide. It's a nationwide thing where you can rent their vehicles. Let's see here. So maybe Work Hub, but but Hertz, they'll offer you both Uber and Lyft. They'll offer you a chance to rent a vehicle, and it's just not worth it. I've seen my friends rent from them before, and it does not work out. It does not work out well. It screws up their money making ability. They don't it doesn't pay well because the app will tell you one price, but when you actually get to Hertz, you end up paying way more. My friend, for 1 week, he rented it out for a week. For 1 week. And no, actually it was 2 weeks. And the bill that he got billed was $1,200 for 2 weeks. That's $600 a piece. I'm trying to find where it says where you can rent out of a vehicle from Uber, and I'll tell you, it is way not worth it. You're paying way extra, and it's something that you don't want to do. Let's see here. Tune up, tax. I don't think it's the True Car, but we could try checking True Car. But anyway, Uber and Lyft, they both they offer these vehicles. I think this is to purchase, but they always send me reasons to rent from. I don't think it would be under opportunities. What is this? They always offer, like right here, why I should rent from a Tesla. See, look, they say, oh, you're earning $27.94 per hour if you rent a vehicle, and you can go rent now. And this is just their electric vehicles. They have an area where you can rent a regular car. And yeah, see, it says $334 a week. But what they don't tell you is that it's pretty much, the electricity, you gotta charge yourself. You gotta charge it every day. It's the Tesla they'll give you is one of their cheaper models, which I think it gives you about 250 miles a day on a full charge. So they don't tell you that in the middle of your shift you got to stop and you got to charge your car and you got to pay $14 or $15, $16, however much it is to fully charge the car, and you got to wait anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours to charge your car. They don't tell you that part. They want you to rent from them, and they'll jack up prices. They have hidden prices. Not only do you got to put down a $200 deposit fee, but you got to pay them up front the $334, which will end up being $400, because that's this price that they list right here is the listing without the insurance. So you're not really getting that deal, and you get $200. See, they try to tell you what you're going to be doing after incentive, but it's not what it says it is. You'll end up paying way more. You'll end up being in debt to Hertz, or you'll be in debt to your bank, because Hertz will take the money out of your bank account and overdraft you, and you won't be able to get out of you'll be able to get out of the car, but you'll be hurting for cash more, because the little incentives that they say, not the incentives, but like the reason you're earning so much money is because you're getting you're earning more money driving an electric vehicle. You're earning more money. You're doing Uber Comfort, and you get paid a little extra. But the thing is that depending on your city, and I know in the city of Phoenix, Mesa, pretty much all over the city, even in Scottsdale, the rich area, if people are gonna be taking an Uber, more than likely they're just gonna take a regular Uber. They're just trying to get from point A to point B. They don't care about the style. They don't care about any of that. So they're not going to go for Uber Comfort. They're going to go for Uber X. You'll probably get about 3 to 4 Uber Comforts out of the whole week. And you'll be driving Uber X. You'll be delivering food in a fancy Tesla. And it's just not worth it. But I would suggest look for a third-party company. The third-party company that I go through, they charge up front $355, and that's it. It stays that price for as long as you work with them. You pay them weekly, and it sounds like a lot of money. And you might be sitting there thinking, well, why don't I just buy my own vehicle? Okay, so now that we're done talking about Tesla and, not Tesla, but Hertz and Uber, and it's the same thing with Lyft. Now, let's start talking about finding a third-party company versus owning your own car. So, first off, if you own your own car, it makes more sense, because you're only going to be paying one payment a month if you go and finance a car. But what you don't really understand before you go to rent a car is that if you tell them that you're an Uber driver, automatically the banks are either going to back down when the deal comes, or you're going to have to put down a lot of money to even get a decent monthly bill, which will end up being like $550. And it sounds like you're making a lot more money, but really you got to play it smart if you're going to go owner, because you got to start putting money aside for all the maintenance, for all the thing, whatever car you get. I suggest if you're going to do owner, use your own car, get a Toyota, a hybrid. Don't matter if it's Prius, Corolla, Camry, get a hybrid, and just put money aside. Put money aside for all the maintenance that you're going to be doing. You're going to do oil changes. You got to change your brakes. You got to, when your tires wear out, they're going to wear out a lot faster, because you're driving a lot. And, depending on how you drive, they might wear out a lot quicker. So you got to put all this money aside. And then if you're going to get into a hybrid, you got to put money aside just for the battery alone. Because there's going to come a day when that battery is going to die. And that battery is very expensive. It's like, I think $3,000, might be more. But that's the problem with owning, is that you have to put all that extra money you feel like you're earning, all that extra money you feel like you're putting away, you're really putting away for the car. And this car is our office. This car that we drive, if you're doing this full time, it's an office, and this is where you make money. So for me, going through this third party, it's well worth it, because I've had balding tires where metal was showing, and they gave me brand new tires. Didn't have to pay nothing except all that money came, all the expenses to pay for that, for those two new tires. It came from all my, the money I put in by paying weekly, $355, and that's with insurance too. So you're not getting screwed. So they take care of your tires. My brakes, I just scheduled a new a time so they could put on new brakes, not paying nothing. I'm paying every week, like I said. Oh, what is this? I don't know what that was, but like I said, you're not paying nothing. One of the what is it? The water pump in this car, it almost seized the engine because it started failing, and they replaced that for free. Not for free, but because I pay $355 a week, they took care of it, and I didn't have to worry about it. I had peace of mind. Anytime this vehicle has issues, anytime there's a problem with the tires, there's a problem with the engine, there's a problem with the transmission, I take it in, they fix it. I don't have to have that mind of like, oh man, I gotta take these people. I hope it doesn't break down, or I hope my tire doesn't blow out because my tires are really bald. You don't have that problem renting, and I suggest if you're gonna rent from a third party. Find a good, reliable third party. There's a bunch in every major city, but this one, the one I found at Millennium, it's probably one of the best. They take care of everything. They're very lenient. I had a tire hit my front bumper, and they wanted me to pay $100 deductible, but when I brought it in, the mechanic looked at it and he was able to help me out. He popped it out, he made it look good, and I didn't have to pay anything. The people I go through, I feel like they really care. They care enough to look out for us. Of course, we're paying $355 a week, and if you do the math, it's kind of, let's do the math right now. 355 times 4 weeks, that's 1,400. I'm giving 1,420. I'm giving a month, and times that by 12, I'm giving them $17,000 a year, just from me alone. That's quite a bit of money. But in the long term, like I said, I don't worry about all these other things, because I'm making a lot of money, and I'm able to pay off my bills. I'm able to pay all these other things off, and eventually, maybe down the road, if I decide I'm going to do this a lot longer than what I'm doing, then I am going to switch over to my own vehicle. But that's after, I've only been doing this for 8-9 months, so. These are the pros and the cons of renting and owning. Renting and owning. And think into it for yourself. You got to factor in your city. That's why I suggest renting first, so you can understand the city. Whatever city you're working in, you got to understand where are the hot spots, where are the dead zones, where are the fun places to work, where are the places you don't like to work, where do they tip the most, how does the city work? What does the traffic look like? You got to factor in all these things. I suggest factor in all these things before you buy your own vehicle to do it, or use your own vehicle to do it, because you're if you go in blindly and you're new and you don't really know the ins and outs, you're gonna have a lot of problems in a short amount of time. You're gonna have a very bad experience, whether it's Uber or Lyft, or any other app, Amazon Flex, Roadie. You're gonna have issues, but that's what I wanted to kind of share with everybody. If anybody has any comments or anything, feel free. The comment link's down below. I thank you guys for watching, but till next time, I'll keep putting out more content, more rideshare content, and you guys have a great day.